Greetings, honored travelers, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of Diablo 2 on Hardcore. So we're continuing our adventures in Act 2. We're on our way to assemble the Horadric Staff. And now that we have suffered for our sins in the Maggot Lair last time, we can breathe a sigh of relief and move on to much better parts in this act now. We also need to restock our supply of mana potions. We're not going to need these stamina potions anymore, but our need for mana is going to be great. And of course we just need these last few remaining experience points to get to level 18, and with that gain access to teleport. That is going to be a major breakthrough for us, and this special group of beetles is going to do just fine for the purposes of getting us the necessary experience. We're already level 18, let me just clear out the area a little bit so that we can have a moment of peace to properly enjoy the acquisition of teleport. I think I'm going to get this composite bow just for selling. Alright, and now that we're level 18, we're going to be able to put a skill point into teleport, a very mana-intensive ability, but of course an iconic skill for the Sorceress that is going to upgrade our mobility immensely. And I'm going to put the last 5 points into energy in our current build, just to smooth out our mana spending. And now, with teleport, we're going to be able to move quickly, jump over obstacles. It's going to be great. However, we're not going to be able to continuously chain teleport yet. We're going to have to wait until Act 4 for that. Because in Act 4 we're going to be able to unlock a reliable access to the greater mana potions. And those are the first potions that replenish our mana quickly enough to allow for that kind of thing. But even without continuous chain teleporting, this is going to be just a great boost for us, and it's going to make the game a lot more fun. Also, I think I'm going to wait until Act 4 to showcase some teleporting tricks with the side panels open. The character sheet and the inventory, you can use those to teleport a further distance with each cast, but yeah, I think I'm going to wait until Act 4 to showcase that. And now in the Lost City we have a couple of objectives to complete. Is this the Dark Elder yet? Okay, not yet, but alright, there we go. We have plenty of special groups. The Dark Elder, of course, is the super unique of the area that we need to take care of. We also need to flag a waypoint here. And there's also a side area called the Ancient Tunnels, but we're going to leave that one for Hell. On Hell, it's a level 85 area that we're going to farm, because it doesn't have any cold immunes in it, and it's generally a nice area to include in some magic find farming sessions. Alright, nice. Some nice special groups. We're going to go to see the Dark Elder in a moment. Alright, there he is. There we go. Alright. Let's get these boots, and that's going to be it. Alright, so yeah, like I said, the teleport of course is a major upgrade now that we're level 18, but it's generally the case with Diablo 2 that the further you go in the game, the more fun it gets, and this is going to be indeed the case for us too. Of course, now we can teleport around. At level 24 we're going to get access to a new attack skill, and that's going to be really fun. Alright, now we have the waypoint in the Lost City here, and of course you might have noticed this strange nightfall that has commenced, this total eclipse, and that starts out a new quest. We're going to have to investigate the source of that, and apparently we need to ask Drognan about what's going on. So since we just flagged that waypoint, let's go do that right now. Let's follow kind of the story as it's supposed to be followed in this normal playthrough.
I've been researching this lengthy eclipse, and I believe it to be the work of claw vipers. Find their temple beneath the desert sands, and you may find the source of this curse.
Yeah, so we get an immediate answer. No backstory, no detailed explanation, just work of the claw vipers. Alright, thanks, Drognan. Anyway, let's just check what we got here. Nothing special. Although, yeah, this bow we need to sell. Alright.
Welcome to my shop.
Oh, also, I didn't check Farah for any goodies. Do you have anything interesting, Farah? not really. Alright, so we just continue in the Lost City. Let us continue exploring. This is kind of the last kind of standard desert area. You know, with a waypoint, with some objectives and whatnot, we still need to find a passage to the next kind of mini desert area that holds the Claw Viper Temple. I'm also kind of teleporting around these ruins because there might be a trapdoor. Alright, there it is. To the ancient tunnels, just to showcase it. It's a nice dungeon, but like I said, we're going to do it on Hell difficulty.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, these light mana potions unfortunately don't replenish our mana nearly quickly enough. So we need to make pauses in our teleport streaks. And I think in this lower left corner we have the Valley of Snakes and the Claw Viper Temple. Alright, here as always in Act 2 we go left. Alright, let's just get out of trouble. Get some experience here, get some kills. Alright, there it is. And now on level 2, there's that altar that we need to take care of. And if we teleport onto this higher ground, these snakes here, they cannot use the stairs. So we're totally safe here. It's just that the super unique Fang skin here is always lightning enchanted, so we need to be careful about his charged bolts. But other than that, we can just take them out safely. Even if you don't have teleport, you can just quickly run around and take the stairs yourself to get this nice foothold, this nice safe position on the... you know, we have the high ground. I mean, we know from Star Wars what kind of advantage that is, right? It's over, Fangskin. I loved you. You were the chosen one. Alright, anyway, we can also use telekinesis on this altar to, like, destroy it and get the Amulet of the Viper from here. A component to that Horadric staff that we need to assemble. I'll just give a moment to the Sorceress.
Who would have thought that such primitive beings could cause so much trouble?
Alright, so that quest is already done. Let's just get back. And now that we have the Amulet of the Viper, of course, Cain is going to have something to say, so let's just engage in all that.
The Viper amulet you bear is actually the headpiece of a Horadric staff. Yes, you have an uncanny knack for finding rare and valuable artifacts. Of course, you'll have to use a Horadric cube to combine the headpiece with the shaft. I've been speaking with Lord Jeren, and I sense that he's becoming more and more agitated by something. You should try to talk to him again. If he still won't take you into his confidence, seek to prove yourself a bit more. I gather that his respect for you is growing.
Yeah, we're going to learn why the palace is off limits for us. But yeah, let's combine our staff. Now we have the Horadric staff. You can use it if you don't have anything better. The same, you know, with that amulet. We could have used it, but now that we have morphed the staff, we're going to talk to Drognan again and kind of progress the story from here. Our journeys through the desert sands are over for now, and we're going to have different environments to explore.
I've been researching the old records, trying to find the location of Tal Rasha's tomb. Though I haven't found the tomb itself, I may have a good lead for you. The great Vigerai summoner, Horazon, built his Arcane Sanctuary somewhere around here. He was a powerful spellcaster and kept demons as slaves within the sanctuary. He kept a close eye on great events too, such as the imprisonment of Baal within Tal Rasha's tomb. If you could find Horazon's sanctuary, I'm sure that it would hold some clue as to the tomb's location. Though I doubt Horazon is still alive, you must proceed with caution. There's no telling what could be waiting inside. When I spoke of this with Lord Jeren, he asked that I send you to him. Perhaps he knows of a secret entrance or the like.
Alright, so now of course the Claw Viper request is complete, but we need to look into this whole Arcane Sanctuary and try to find that.
Hello. When the troubles began here, I allowed the terrified harem guilds to join me within the safety of the palace. All was fine until one night. Screams echoed up the stairwells from the harem. My guards arrived to find the poor girls being slaughtered by a merciless band of hell-spawned demons. My brave guardsmen tried to push the demons back into the mysterious rift from which they came. Ever since, my men have fought a losing battle. Demons have continued to pour through the rift into the palace. Ultimately, I hired Grays and his mercenaries to help protect the rest of my fair city. Drognan believes that the Arcane Sanctuary lies buried underneath this palace, since Lutgalain occupies the site of an ancient Vigerai fortress. My palace is open to you now. Take care.
Yeah, it's good that those poor harem girls could find shelter in his private chambers.
You may enter the palace.
Alright, so now in the palace cellars we are going to be able to hear one of my favorite music tracks in the whole game. And I think once the female vocals kick in, I am going to give you a chance to listen to it for a moment. But anyway, this is not going to be until a while longer. Alright, on level 1 we need to find the waypoint. Alright, there it is. It's really, really easy to get through the palace cellars, especially with teleport, since these exits are always kind of in the same locations, more or less. I love this music. Anyway, near the portal to the Arcane Sanctuary, we've already found it. There's going to be a super unique called Fire Eye. I always call him Fire Guy, though. And we already have kind of a difficult situation here. I would really like to teleport out there, but didn't have the mana to do so. Yeah, teleport, of course, is great for survivability as well. It's just such an amazing ability. Let's try to lure them over here, maybe. Or... Jeez. Really nasty situation with those archers over there. Here's Fire Guy. Let's take care of him, at least. Just allow him to explode far away from us, and that's another super unique that we have disposed of. Very nice. Alright, and now we can just activate the portal and go through, but I actually want to take revenge on these skeleton archers. It's probably not the greatest idea. And there's so much hit recovery going on that I can't just teleport in and Frost Nova them. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea trying to get to them like that. We might just... oh yeah, especially since they are the dark skeletons that are lightning resistant. Yeah, this is just a foolish quest. Let's just go to the Arcane Sanctuary.
This place actually distorts reality. Fascinating.
Fascinating. Yeah, I need to stop doing like reckless stuff like that. Like with these skeletons. In general, that's kind of a comment that I wanted to make when it comes to some moments in the Arcane, in the Maggot Lair last time. I always have the mentality to just like go, push forward so that the episodes are not boring, but you know, that's kind of made me do some pretty reckless stuff and put ourselves into some precarious situations, and this one was just like that too. So we just need to swallow our pride, leave those skeletons alone, and just progress forward. So here in the Arcane Sanctuary there are 4 ways to go, but only one of them is correct. The other 3 are dead ends, and each path has a different layout, but there are no hints as to be able to predict which way to go. However, the 4 different layouts, they are kind of connected in sets of 2 opposite of each other. So let's just see which one we get here, for example. All right, this is kind of like the balcony one. The balcony one is opposite to the stairs one. Both of these are my least favorite because even if you have teleport, which of course smooths things out a lot, but even then, you know, when enemies are on the stairs or in those kind of balcony areas, a lot of your projectiles can be eaten by the environment, and it's just really difficult sometimes to get some kills, and they can block your way easily. But anyway, here and the other 2 ways are much better. All right, this is the portal one. I wanted to showcase that first because even though, you know, we have teleport now, so it doesn't really matter all that much anymore, but the portal path is really fun for the sorceress because you can use telekinesis to activate those portals from a distance and just speed your way up a lot. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Alright, so this is a dead end. Let's just try a different way then. Yeah, this is the flat ground opposite to the portals. It's just generally the best way to go for any class. I just can't help myself, like, I don't want to skip, like, absolutely everything, but, you know, after unlocking teleport, I just need to have some fun with it. Right, now we're closing in on the possible position of the summoners, our next super unique and the objective of a quest. Well, you don't need to kill him, you just need to access his journal. Or Horizon's journal, not really the summoners. The summoner is, as we will learn, let's just stock up on some potions before we keep going.
Excellent. You have a Horadric staff. Carry it with you into Talrash's tomb. Find within the tomb the chamber whose floor is inset with the circle of 7 symbols. Place the staff into the receptacle you find there. That will open the secret passage into Talrash's burial chamber. But be prepared for a fight. You'll likely have to kill Talrasha to destroy Baal.
Yeah, of course, after we morphed the Horadric staff, Kane has this to say.
Good to see you. Good day.
But anyway, I was about to say that since we are nearing, kind of closing in on a possible summoner fight, I did want to clear out some monsters from there. And let's just restock some potions in case we do get the summoner. Alright, this is going to be it. Alright, he did his laughter. Now we can proceed normally.
That couldn't have been horrible. Poor wretch.
Yeah, it indeed wasn't. Actually, when you talk about this quest, like when you ask the townspeople in Lut Galen about this quest, they are going to basically talk about how a mage passed by Lut Galen some time ago, and he claimed to have been one of the mages that fought Diablo beneath the cathedral in Tristram. So this is basically, you know, the mage class that you could play in Diablo 1. I guess one of these mages maybe stumbled upon some demonic lore or whatever, and tried to find the Arcane Sanctuary himself, and kind of possibly got corrupted here by the demons. But anyway, here we have the Horizon's Journal that we need to access to find out which tomb out of the 7 tombs in the desert is the true Tal Rasha's tomb. And this is once again just the second journal, I guess, or book narrated by that great voice actor, Paul Eiding. I actually wanted to correct my mistake from one of the first episodes when it came to the Moldy Tome. By mistake, by some brain lag reason, I named the wrong voice actor. But of course, this is the great voice work of Paul Eiding here that we're going to be able to experience now.
Seekers of the tomb of Tal Rasha will find it through the portal. But know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my Arcane Sanctuary are the signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Tal Rasha. Of the Horadrim, he might be called the Foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Horadrim relentlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east and even into the uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Duriel's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Horadrim's unstable fellowship began to dissipate. Abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the 3 soul stones, the disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but strengthened the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth.
Dang. Always a pleasure to listen to that one. Alright, now we're in the Canyon of the Magi, but before we engage into the whole thing, let's just talk with a townsperson to kind of end the summoner quest. As you can see, they are very eager to talk to us. Since this is a quest with no dedicated quest giver, like any of the townspeople is going to get or give you the quest finished message, and I think I'm going to choose Geglash for that.
I wish Jaren would have let me in the palace. I would have saved those girls and kicked demon ass back to the fire pits of hell. The way I see it, well, it's all pretty blurry.
Yeah, now you would have to specifically ask them. Like, we would have to specifically ask Kane, for example, about the summoner.
I hope that this false summoner found peace in death. Unfortunately, it is more likely that he will be dragged down into hell by the demons he was bound to. Let this be a lesson to you. Demonic magic is a quick path, but its powers are seductive and deadly.
Alright, so now we have this quest finished. So let's just do our standard check here. Farah's being really stingy with her items. Actually, we don't really need to replenish anything. Anyway, let's go into the Canyon of the Magi. Now we have all of the waypoints flagged and almost all of the super uniques killed. However, there's one left. And here we are going to have to embark on a search to find the Ancient Ka, the Soulless. Let's find out which ones of the tombs is the true one. Alright, the smiley face one, or the half circle, crescent moon, whichever you prefer. And basically, the tombs here are always positioned in the same order. If we imagine the Canyon of the Magi to be a square kind of area, on this left side of it, it's always circle, smiley face, and square. Then in the corner at the top, there's kind of like this sun icon. And then on the top right side, there's the double V, triangle, and like a circle with a half circle underneath it. So we already know which one of those tombs is the real one. Yeah, it's this one is going to be the true tomb. However, in order to find Ancient Cod Soulless, we need to explore the false tombs, because he always spawns in one of the incorrect tombs. And the only help we're going to get here, let's be just systematic and start exploring from the first one. The only help that we're going to receive here is that out of the 6 false tombs, 5 of them are small ones, and he's never going to be in a small tomb like that. He is in a large one. So if we get some quick dead ends in these paths here, we might be able to, especially with teleport, to quickly deduce that we're dealing with a small tomb. And not really, I think this is going to be a small one. And we don't have to waste too much time with it. Now let's just get a little bit of experience, but be kind of careful with these charge bolts. This might be a little too many of them. The wheels are just good experience. I would like to partake in that. There's also a special group with this mummy. This one is locked. Anyway, this was one of the smaller tombs, so we know this is not the correct one. Let's check out the square. Alright, some additional experience. I would like to get level 19 before we encounter the Act boss here, just so we can have another level of static for a little bit more range. Once you get to like level 4 static, it really makes a nice difference, and it's very noticeable. Yeah, let's get level 4 on that. Let us continue. I think this is looking to be, I think, a small one too. Leave me alone, guys. Let me teleport. Yeah, alright. So we're out of here. Let's check the next one. I think we're going to have to replenish our supplies though.
Good to see you.
Hello.
We have something in the... Alright, yes. These heavier chest armors usually sell very nicely. Yeah, almost 6,000, even if they don't have anything special on them. Oh yeah, and Farah. What is your selection this time? I would like some nicer gloves. Our boots are pretty good for now. Oh yeah, and of course the belt. It would be cool to have something better on our belt. Can actually go through the waypoint here. And we're going to check the sun. And see if this is going to lead us where we need to be. Here we see a guy who is immune to cold. Because he's cold enchanted, and these monsters, these vampire types, they are resistant to cold already, and that cold enchanted property of his made him immune completely to cold. Alright, let's keep going.
Impossible. I can't.
That's a lot of beetles. Alright, I don't want to be anywhere close to these guys with amplify damage on. Alright, this seems like this is another one of these smaller tombs though. So let's just continue on.
Not enough mana. I can't.
That's not Ancient Ka the Soulless either. It's some other dude. Alright, so our search continues.
Not enough mana.
These small mana potions are really... really not what we need. Alright, not Ancient Ka. This looks to be a little larger of a tomb. This might be what we're looking for. Just a normal mummy. Alright, Ancient Ka the Soulless. He is unfortunately lightning enchanted, so we're going to have to hire the services of our mercenary, I think, for the first time. We're going to have to get an Act 2 mercenary just to deal with Ancient Ka with his physical damage. Let's just first clear out this whole place. Unfortunately, all of these undead beings, like the ghosts and the skeletons, can be resurrected by the mummies. And Ancient Ka being one of them, of course. Alright, we're going to have to replenish our stuff. Oh, and the vampires as well. So this is actually a pretty dangerous situation. Let's just first get set up with everything that we need.
Greetings.
There's nothing the right portion can't cure.
Alright, and I think we might already hire a mercenary.
Good evening.
Now, when it comes to these mercenaries, I'm just going to generally look at which one of them is the highest level. And basically, when it comes to their survivability, it's kind of debatable whether to go for the defensive one to give him more defense, or to go for the combat one to give him some health regen. I think I generally prefer the defensive ones, and this one is the highest level anyway. So we're going to hire Gulzar. And possibly buy him a weapon from Farah. What do you have here, Farah? Anything decent? Damage-wise? Okay, this is affordable. And we can give him that. And maybe even if we have a skull, yeah, we can give him some lifesteal through that. And what do we not need? Alright, this is going to be it. This is going to be good enough.
Put that to good use.
I'm hoping that you will, Gulzar. Alright, we have to do some big cleanup here, I think. Just to make our situation a little bit more convenient, have some space to retreat to. Once we have to deal with Ancient Ka himself. Yeah, of course, I'm giving him potions. He cannot leech off of, like, ghosts, for example, off of undead. So yeah, that was kind of that whole leech idea was, you know, it's generally what you go for, but of course in this undead environment, this is not going to do him much good. Anyway, what's really nice about teleport, again, is that our mercenary teleports with us. So we can reposition him with teleport to either get him out of trouble or position him like near a monster we want him to attack. It's very nice in that way. And we don't have any healing potions for him. I should have bought way more of them. This is going kind of slow, but, you know, once Ancient Ka is disposed of, everything is going to be much better. Yeah, we just need more of these healing potions for him.
I can't.
Yeah, if he gets like a little bit too low on health, we can always teleport him out. But anyway, he managed to kill Ancient Ka anyway with his physical damage. So this is cool, and we're going to get that scale mail for selling. Alright, so now we are done with all of our super uniques. The only thing we need to do is to go to the real tomb now, and finish this act. Also, when you throw out your Horadric cube, it also, you know, puts on the ground or in your inventory all of its contents. Anyway, Kane of course has again the comment about, well, he had the exclamation point there, but I guess it doesn't play out. Of course, since we have disposed of our staff and picked it up again, that's why he had that exclamation mark above his head. Did I enter the right one? Yeah. Alright, now this is the real deal. As always, we go left. And we'll see how long our mercenary is going to be able to survive. Like, he is surely not going to survive. I'm going to take that thawing potion. He's surely not going to survive the fight with Act bosses, because mercenaries receive a lot of damage from Act bosses. I don't want to click on that. Alright, this is going to be it. Okay, we have our staff here. And now we can observe how the passage to the Tal Rasha's tomb is going to be opened. First, though, we have to get properly supplied.
You have quite a treasure.
Okay, Horadric Cube comment.
Hello.
Alright, Farah, do you have anything for the last time?
Welcome to my shop.
Alright, now we're going to buy a bunch of thawing potions. These are going to give us 50 cold resistance each, and of course if we chug a lot of them at the same time, we're just going to get a lot of duration for that kind of effect, and that is going to be useful against Duriel. This is going to be our Act boss, and he's not going to be too problematic for us, but for a lot of classes, normal Duriel is actually quite an obstacle. He is a tough son of a gun. He has a Holy Freeze aura, always active. But of course, a Sorceress with like Teleport, Frost Nova, and Static is going to be able to deal with him, no problem.
Looking for Bill.
Well, yes, actually. I've been told that he would be here. A little bit more Static. A little bit more Teleport if I can get it off. And there we go. The Lord of Pain, one of the lesser evils, is now defeated. And this screen shake is always unfortunate. Oh yeah, of course we have opened the tomb, so this quest is now completed, and this one is going to be completed very soon. We got our first unique.
I am overburdened. I can't.
Alright, whatever. Now all we need to do is see who we can find here. Archangel Duriel?
I thank you, mortal, for my freedom. But I did expect you earlier. I am the Archangel Duriel. I came here to prevent Diablo from freeing his brother, Baal. But I have failed. Now, terror and destruction roam free throughout your world. Even now, they head towards the eastern capital of Kurast, to the very heart of the Zakarum Temple. There, they hope to find their eldest brother, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who was imprisoned there ages ago. If the three prime evils unite, they will be invincible. Though it is unclear as to what their aims are, it is certain that they must be stopped at all costs. I am broken, and the energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Baal in Kurast. Now, hurry, mortal. Time is running out for all of us.
Well, the sorceress should say something here.
Diablo and Baal have escaped me. Next time, vengeance.
Alright, a nice line. I wanted to hear that. Anyway, now of course all of the townspeople are going to have something to say, and we are done with Act 2. Now, after dealing with these lesser evils, we are going to have to move on to the big boys, to the good stuff from Act 3. But anyway, let us enjoy this conclusion of Act 2.
The Archangel Duriel was the one who gave the Soul Stones to the Horodrim 260 years ago. It is highly unusual for the forces of heaven to so directly interfere with man's destiny, but Duriel was said to act of his own volition. We have never been able to discern why. Perhaps he goes against the consensus of heaven because he doubts our ability to defend ourselves. Or perhaps he sees more threat than his peers. Where the actions of hell often seem straightforwardly bent on destruction, the motives of heaven are unfathomable. Now make haste. Both Diablo and Baal must be stopped before they join with their brother Mephisto. If the three prime evils unite once again, the world as we know it will be no more.
Yeah, it's a dire prospect of the prime evils being reunited.
This is terrible news. Baal is in possession of one of mankind's most powerful mages, and the Lord of Terror guides his path. They must be stopped, for I am sure they mean to free their elder brother Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who lies imprisoned under the corrupted city of Kurast. I fear you are walking into a great evil, but your faith can save you. May you walk in the light always.
Oh yeah, of course we're going to have to unlock the passage by sea now to Kurast, but let's continue with these, well, not so triumphant, rather bittersweet final speeches.
I'm sorry things didn't turn out as you had hoped. Go and remember us fondly. You know, you bothered me far less than most.
Right, let's see if Wariv has anything to say. Oh, they all do.
Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could. I suspect that Diablo and Baal are now heading east towards Kurast. You will find them. I know you will.
Thanks, Uther, for the vote of confidence.
You have proven to be the greatest of heroes, and I am honored to call you friend. Thank you for bringing peace to our lives again.
No problem, Atman.
Hey! You're an inspiration and such a hero that it makes me look twice as bad. You're okay. Hey, just save some glory for us little guys, huh?
Yeah, even Gaglash turns out to be a pretty decent fellow in the end.
This is a serious setback. It is most unfortunate that Tal Rasha has been consumed by Baal's destructive influence. There are many secrets known to the Horodrim which could be used by Baal against us. You must travel east by sea to Kurast and stop Diablo and Baal before they free their eldest brother Mephisto. The lands of the Eastern Empire are not the same as they used to be. There's been little word for some time. Speed is of the essence. Go quickly, my friend. May the fates smile on you.
So my limited experience was good enough after all, huh, Drogonen?
Good day. I've heard that your foe got away from you this time. Well, look at it this way. You've got the demons on the run. If you're going to be leaving, then, well, thanks for your help.
I kind of like that perspective of having the primevals on the run, but it's not quite as simple as that.
Welcome to the Desert Rain. I heard that Diablo has managed to best you, at least for the time being. I hope you catch up with him soon, and send him back to hell for good.
Well, we'll see what we can do in that regard. Anyway, Jaren.
You have done very well. Few could have come this far, let alone discover the true tomb of Tal Rasha. Unfortunately, I hear that Diablo and Baal have eluded your grasp. This is most unfortunate. If you wish to travel east, I have authorized Mashif to give you passage by sea. I imagine he should be very anxious to leave by now. Good luck on your quest, and thank you again for saving my beloved city. You will always be welcome in Lut Gholein, my friend.
Alright, so now we have to talk to Mashif, and it's way faster to just go like this.
Ahoy, mate. Jaren tells me I should take you east to Kurast. I haven't been there for several years, but rumor has it things are pretty grim.
Yeah, but before we do that, now that we have completed our last quest, we can do a nice summary. All of the quests have been completed, all of the super uniques have been defeated, and all of the waypoints, of course, have been flagged. And now we can just sell our loot. All right, now we're talking, dude. Double resist and pretty nice values. I'm going to take that. However, I am probably going to hold on to these lightning resist gloves for the future. Let's just put them away, put this here, and also get our steel gold. And I am going to basically I'm going to nicely sort these all of the uniques and set items that we get somewhere. Let's say, let's put it into page 20 for now. I'm going to sort that in a more nicer, tidier fashion once we get some more, I guess, in between episodes. But anyway, now we can actually progress into Act 3 and enjoy a nice cinematic that's going to explain what exactly happened in Tal Rasha's tomb and why we found Archangel Duriel there.
Good day.
My companion drew in the dank, cold air of the tomb. It seemed to strengthen him. I stood in the doorway between light and dark. What was left of my sanity implored me not to enter. But that voice was just a whisper now. As we worked our way down, deeper and deeper into the crypt, I began to see a change in my companion. He seemed to be gaining strength. I could hardly see in the gloom, but my companion seemed to know the way. We came at last to a great hall. It was then I realized my companion hadn't been gaining strength. He had been losing what was left of his humanity. He moved with demonic speed, and then you appeared.
Stop! The beast contained herein shall not be set free, not even by you.
what they've done to me. Release me. Help me. Hurry. Please hurry.
Don't do it! Fool! You have just ensured the doom of this world. You cannot even begin to imagine what you've set in motion this day. Go to the Temple of Light in the eastern city of Kurast. There you will find the gate to hell opened before you. You must find the courage to step through that gate, Marius. Take the stone you hold to the Hellforge, where it will be destroyed. Now run. Take the stone and run!
What choice did I have? I ran.
Good day.
Marius, you fool! I love that cinematic. Anyway, now we're in Act 3. Of course, we're going to start out here in the next episode. So for now, I thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.